Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today we are going to be talking about a couple of things we have in terms of PlayStation, a God of War possible release date, and we'll get into that and whether I think it's true or not, and all that good stuff. And also, Crash Bandicoot has a confirmed by Activision and PlayStation release date. And yeah, I'm really, really happy and I'm really excited for this game. And yeah, let's just start off with that and get into it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah, let's just get into it, man. And let's talk about this Crash Bandicoot news. Because yeah, one of my most anticipated games for this year. Crash Bandicoot, I mean, it's one of my favourite series out there. You know, particularly on the PlayStation 1. It's really what got me into, gaming when I was young. I absolutely loved and adored Crash Bandicoot. Can't say it enough. And ironically, yeah, I did start this channel kind of just talking about Crash Bandicoot, kind of rumours and speculation. If you've been around for quite a while, you'll know I talk about that quite a lot back in the day. And yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. I was a little bit worried, looking at Sony's calendar. They kind of had a really packed first quarter, I'd say, of games, still with a few more to come. And then I was worrying, is it going to be pushed to 2018? It's kind of looking like a full remake and not just like a remaster as they're claiming. But no, it is got official release date and it's coming out the 30th of June 2017. This is fantastic. Now, it's a couple of days, it's about 19 days, I think, after E3. Now, I know Microsoft's having their press conference on the 11th. I think Sony will have theirs on the 12th. So, when you consider that, yeah, I think it'll be around about, not long after that. And that's great in my opinion. I think there isn't going to be many big hitters against it. I love Crash, but let's be honest. You put Crash Bandicoot against, maybe Call of Duty, Destiny 2, Red Dead Redemption. It's not going to end well for Crash, is it? You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely fantastic news. Like I said, I can't wait for this trilogy. It looks fantastic. It's a little bit harsh to call it a remaster when you kind of look at things like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, where very little effort went into either of those remasters. Still great games, but very little effort went into the remasters. And then you look at this, and it looks like basically a remake. So, absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for this game. Like I said, one of my most anticipated. I look at this year, Horizon's going to be up there. If Red Dead comes out, probably the most. Destiny 2, I'm hyped for, and Prey from Bethesda. I'm not a huge Bethesda fan. I've said it a few times, but Prey does look very good. So, a great year for gaming, but I do think this is going to be one of my favourites. Yeah, and I can't wait. So, if you are in the UK, because I know in the US they've had pre-orders available for a while, but if you want to order Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy on the PlayStation Network, it is available in the UK today, 30th of June coming out, and it will come, £35, which, to be fair, is a little bit more expensive than the US version, which is obviously $40. This is more of a $50 game if you kind of do the math between the two when you do conversion rates. But to be honest, I really don't care. You know what I mean? Crash is coming back, and yeah, he's finally back, and I'm over the moon about it. But the final thing I wanted to talk about in this video today was the rumoured God of War release window, release year, or whatever possibly happened. I want to kind of talk about this and give you my opinion. Do I think it's true or not? And basically, yeah, Chris Judge on Twitter, who is the guy who is playing Kratos in the obviously the God of War, the new one, at I am Chris Judge, has put in his bio, voice artist, producer, writer, golfer, Kratos in big letters, and he said God of War brackets 2017. So they're calling it at um, Santa Monica, is what I'm assuming. That's the code name for the new God of War game, is going to be God of War 2017, because they haven't got an official name for it, like God of War this or whatever. So that's the code name for it, is God of War 2017. What's my thoughts on this? I think, I don't know, man. It's very difficult, Of course, I want this game as soon as possible. It would be fantastic if it came out tomorrow. However, this is my only sort of negative or gripe or whatever you want to say about it, and that is, looking at the previous record of God of War games, they usually always come out around about March time. Maybe one or two came out in the holidays, I can't really remember, but they usually come around, around about March time. So I can't see this being a holiday game, and there's only one reason for that. And I look at Sony, how they do their releases. They may put something like The Last Guardian or something like that, which isn't going to sell very well in the holiday, because it'll probably sell as well to its hardcore fan base in the holiday as it would any time throughout the year. With something like God of War, multi-million dollars of budget go into these games. It's not a quick turnaround. These games take 5-6 years, particularly with rebooting the series. Yeah, it's definitely going to take 5-6 years to make the game. And I just cannot see, in my opinion, cannot see it coming 2017. I think it's March 2018. I think that's a perfect time for it. You look at Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'd say is one of Sony's biggest games this year. That's dropping early 2017, literally in a couple of weeks, which in the UK is March the 1st, US February 28th, but around about March time. I think Uncharted was scheduled for March and dropped April. I think, I can't remember, my memory's gone a little bit fuzzy on that one, but I think it dropped in April, but was scheduled for March. I think that's when Sony seems to get a lot of success with the games. Let's not forget, her Uncharted 4 sold 8.7 million copies. It sold really, really well because it had most of the year to sell. And by the time the bundles come out during the holiday, they can put a big named game in that bundle, but it's lost a little bit of a value because it's been on the market for some time. So that's why Sony, I think, will do that. And I think this year, you're looking holiday, they're probably going to reduce the price of the Pro, maybe chuck in Horizon with it, and I think that'd be a smart bit of business, in my opinion. However, there is one big problem, and this year especially. Nintendo. Now, some people don't like Nintendo, some people love them. It is what it is. That's entirely up to you, your opinion. But to me, Nintendo dropping a console is always a big thing. Whether it sells 12 million like the Wii U, or whether it sells 100 million like the Wii, it's always a big deal whenever Nintendo drop a new home console. So you're going to have to combat that in some way, the sales or the loss of sales towards Nintendo, whether it be a lot, whether it be a little. There will be a loss of sales towards Nintendo, whether it be through games, because people are buying a new piece of hardware, or whether it be people choosing the Switch over the PS4. The next thing is the Xbox Scorpio. Now, my opinion, Xbox, it depends how they kind of sell this. If this is next generation Xbox, that is a bigger deal than the PlayStation 4 Pro. If they say, look, E3, I know we said that this is forwards compatible, but it's just too powerful and it will hold back the games. It's a new generation system that's fully backwards compatible. I think people would be happy with that, and I think people would kind of say, yeah, this is next generation Xbox. And that would be a real problem for Sony, because Sony's going to then have to compete with the next generation Xbox as well as a next generation Nintendo. while still having an 8th generation or whatever console. So I think, that's something they're going to have to deal with. Now, by the sounds of the marketing with the Scorpio, though, it sounds like they're going with more of a pro upgrade than a next generation upgrade. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like. So Sony does need to compete in the holidays. Now, you could say, just put your biggest IP out, which is obviously Gran Turismo. I think that'd be smart, of course, dropping that in the holiday, but is that enough, with the hardcore gamers? Some people will buy GT Sport regardless, but I feel Gran Turismo Sport, I could be wrong, but it's not a numbered series, and I think that may hinder the sales of what Gran Turismo Sport is like. Like the Forza Horizon, even though Horizon's kind of better, at least with Horizon 2, I think that sold worse than Motorsport, and I think that's because it isn't an established franchise. I'm not too sure with that, but I think they need a big hitter in the holidays. I don't think you drop Days Gone. I love Days Gone, but if you want it to survive, it's probably best not putting that against Red Dead or anything like that. You don't want it put up against Red Dead. You don't want it put up against Call of Duty, Destiny, any of these sort of games, which I must say will probably all have PS4 marketing. That's something you have to bear in mind too. On top of that, you have to, put something out to kind of differentiate your console from the other. So for me, I think it has to be Spider-Man or it has to be God of War. I think Sony's desperately trying to get either one out and trying to get them gold, and that's why I think God of War may be scheduled for 2017, when in realism, it's probably going to be a March game. Now, Spider-Man could be a lot further along, but we'll have to see. But that's just my opinion, guys. Of course, let me know yours down below. Do you think it's a 2017 game? Do you think it's more realistic to possibly be a 2018 game that drops in March? And do you agree that Sony might need a big game to combat the Scorpio? Or do you think having the Star Wars Battlefront marketing, the Call of Duty marketing, the Red Dead Redemption marketing, probably the Destiny 2 marketing, and basically all the big games bar FIFA marketed with the console, do you think that'll be enough, or do you think that it needs more to compete? Let me know down below. But as always, guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll catch you guys in a new video.